What's up, people? Back with another video, and this time we're talking boxing. It's been a little while since I talked with you guys. Yesterday I was busy doing various things, and then today also busy, even though it was raining a lot. So we're going to try and get into, first of all, the weekend fights that I didn't get to cover, didn't get to talk to you guys about. Not much to say. First we had Vergil Ortiz versus Antonio Orozco. And true to form, Orozco gave him a run for his money. Was working his body at times, trying to work the body sometimes, should I say. Getting him against the ropes, which was interesting to see Vergil Ortiz in that situation. And so put him through the test, put him through the ringer. Was doing quite well until Vergil Ortiz caught him with that uppercut / hook to the body, and that really affected him. And he was able to take him, knock him down the first time, and knock him out the second time. I think it was in the 6th round of the fight. I thought that Vergil Ortiz has some things to work on. People are praising him, but they have to go back to the drawing board with certain things. I like that he started pushing back Orozco the round just before the stoppage. So he started taking the initiative, and he started aggressively walking Orozco down and trying to push him backwards to make him fight on the back foot. And I think that's kind of penultimately what gave him the result he was looking for. He was trying to load up with his power. He was trying to crash him early. Didn't work. Orozco was tough, durable, looked stronger, the stronger of the two, actually. The other thing that I noticed about Orozco, he was nice bobbing and weaving and stuff. Digging some good shots to the body sometimes, catching him up top. That's another thing. Vergil Ortiz, he's open for that left hook to the top. He needs to tighten up his defense on that. He's not supposed to get caught with a left hook like that. Also, Orozco was loading up and throwing overhand rights. They weren't necessarily catching Vergil Ortiz, but it's just something. Vergil Ortiz, sometimes he stays a little too straight up and can get caught with those shots. And he does ride them, but still, you don't want to get caught with those shots. His defense is the 2-guard. Basically, he uses when he shells up. I just think that he's still kind of open to the body at times. Orozco is able to, in between shots, sometimes in the center of the ring, catch him with a left hook to the body. So he needs to clean up on his defense. But he did well. He did well. He took some damage. You saw it in his face. He took some damage. He got some dog in him, though. And I like how he pushed back Orozco the round before he stopped him. Again, I thought that he was kind of bailed out by that shot that he hit to the body. He didn't really set it up. It was something that, in a trade-off, he landed the shot. But it wasn't really a set-up knockout. So I would suggest that you can't just depend on your power. You gotta box. Another thing I noticed is his power is mostly effective from long range. So he would tee off on you. The other thing is he started off so well jabbing and pivoting. And then he stopped doing that and just stood directly in front of Orozco at certain points in time. Also noticed that when he's fighting going backwards, it was a little bit of a problem for him to fight going backwards, which I thought was a little bit, again, he seemed a bit uncomfortable going backwards when he was fighting. So all of these things Vergil Ortiz needs to work on in his game. He's got a lot of things he needs to work on, especially the pivot work. He should have been circling Orozco, turning him, really turning him. He tried to, but I think he tried to settle down in front of him as well. And you can't I saw him throw a shot and admire his shot. You can't be throwing shots and admiring them. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that he still has to learn. But I guess this step up will do well for them to tighten up and work on those things. The other fight that was supposed to be big over the weekend was Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He faced Everett Bravo from Colombia. And that fight didn't last very long. Colombia was trading with him off the ropes. Threw a shot, and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. went to the body with a left hook, a pretty nicely done liver shot, and it knocked the wind out of Everett Bravo, and that was the end of that fight. Was expecting more, but hey, in the first round, that's it. Paycheck, and you move, right? He was calling out Alfredo Angulo afterwards. Some rumors are that he could face Danny Jacobs. Well, we'll see what happens, but kudos to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on that win. And the final fight that I'm going to cover, I did not see it yet, but I looked at the results. Jason Sosa, he returned to the ring as well. and he was able to stop. He was able to stop Lytle Rose. Lytle Rose, who had a lot of promise, but it's the first time in his career being stopped, and he was stopped by Jason Sosa. And I hadn't seen Lytle Rose boxing a lot of late, and he got stopped finally. So that's basically all the fights for the weekend. I haven't seen Jason Sosa versus Lytle Rose yet, though. That's basically it. What was my picks for the weekend? My picks were that Virgil Ortiz would beat Orozco. I thought it would be a tough fight. It turned out to be exactly that. And I think he stopped him in the 7th round, right? Or was it 8th? I can't remember. And also with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Everett Bravo. I didn't even bother to say. I didn't even bother to say how that fight would be. It was what it was. He came back off a long layoff, and now he's going to face somebody hopefully credible. With respect to Jason Sosa versus Lytle Rose, I didn't even know it was happening over the weekend, so I didn't make any prediction on it. And so that was a plus for me. I'm going to have to check out that fight. But this is the weekend fights. You guys, let me know what you thought about them. Are you excited about it? This coming weekend, there's not really anything going on in terms of known names and fights. But the next weekend and the next weekend, that's going to be lit. There's going to be a lot of activity. I wish they had spread it out and let something happen this weekend, but that's not the case. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend fights. I'm going to come up with some more videos on the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, as well as some more discussion on the greatness of Manny Pacquiao. All right, guys. Have a good one.